generative artificial intelligence. Some people just use it for fun. Others purposely want to spread misinformation and lie to others. And unfortunately, they so often succeed in this. Which is why we are going to teach you how to spot AI.
We're luckily still at a stage in AI's development where you can pretty easily tell whether something is AI generated or not. Take this image, for example. How do you know it's AI? Well, just look at it. The shadows don't really seem to match up correctly. And why are so many random people so excited and happy to see a random woman on a swing set? Where did this guy's head go? It's not as easy to tell whether something is AI or not as it was a few years ago. But in this two-part series, we're going to teach you how to spot whether something is AI generated or human generated. AI art has evolved massively in the last 5 years. As its database has grown, it no longer looks so similar to Disney or Pixar styles as it used to. But there are still some aspects that are pretty reminiscent of those big animation companies. This image here was generated by ChatGPT. Notice those big, massive, cartoony eyes? Kind of looks a little reminiscent of some cartoon dog I know. But maybe that's just a coincidence. It's not like it looks like some other dog from cartoons, right? AI learns all its information from datasets. So it's not surprising that for a long time it's going to look a lot like the big animation and artistic companies on the scene, like Disney and like Pixar. But the more AI art that's created and posted online, the more uniform all its output will become. Because it is now learning from AI-generated content and generating more AI-generated content in the same style. So how can you tell the AI art style? Just look at it. Do the lines look weird? Do the shadows not look like something an artist would actually do? Do the vanishing points just not work? These tells won't be around forever. But if we're able to tell them apart now, as AI improves, our ability to tell a real human artist's work from AI's work will improve along with it. Do you ever just look at an image and it just looks piss-colored? Well, that could be an AI-generated image. AI doesn't see pixels for what they are. It sees it just as some random color, and it uses pattern recognition to put those colors together to create another image. This also ends up very noisy, and to combat that noise, AI puts the image a few times through a diffusion model. What's a diffusion model? Well, Wikipedia defines it as:
in machine learning, diffusion models, also known as diffusion-based generative models or score-based generative models, are a class of latent variable generative models. A diffusion model consists of two major components: the forward diffusion process and the reverse sampling process. The goal of diffusion models is to learn a diffusion process for a given dataset, such that the process can generate new elements that are distributed similar as the original dataset.
In the past, every single AI image had this yellowish sheen over it. Now, it's a lot less noticeable. I bet I didn't even notice the weird tint on this guy's skin. This is because AI's dataset is getting bigger, which means it has a lot more to learn off, and it's fine-tuning its diffusion model a lot more. Now what AI does is add bigger contrast to images. It makes shadows darker so that the light pixels stand out more. It makes eyelashes thicker and turns brown hair into black. It's to make an image look overly perfect. It makes the person in the image look almost airbrushed. Now the best way to tell if an image is AI generated is look for skin tones that are too warm, or shadows that feel way too dark, or just people that look too perfect. If you still can't tell, just be critical. If something feels off, it likely means that something is off, and that could mean that the image is AI. Again, this isn't something that happens as much now as it used to. In the past, when you asked an AI to generate an image of hands, it would really struggle to put 5 fingers on one hand. Now, it can, some of the time, generate a normal-looking hand. But when you ask it to generate a bigger picture where hands aren't the main focus, it can really still struggle. Take this image of Jesus on the cross. Look really closely at his hands. How many fingers is that? Are those even fingers? That's not right. This happens because AI likes to think of things in a 2D space, and it cannot understand 3D anatomy. It's like if someone from the fourth dimension asked you to draw something from their dimension. You can do your best to estimate it, but they would probably laugh at you the same way you're laughing at AI. AI doesn't particularly have a very large data set on just hands, which makes it even harder for it to generate one correctly. If you ask an AI image generator to generate a simple image of just a hand and give it no other prompts, you'll likely get an image of a palm-up hand with its fingers open. That's because that's the biggest data set it has. And you can test this by going onto Google Images and searching hands. What do you see the most? In AI images, when asked to generate a group of people, the majority, if not all of them, will be white. In this instance, we asked an AI image generator to generate a large group of people facing so that we can see their faces. And notice that in 2 out of the 4 attempts, everyone was white, and in the other 2 attempts, everyone was Asian. Everyone was either the same race as each other, the same gender as each other, or just white. Every AI has different favoritism in their output, but in general, the majority of AI models will tend to produce more white people. There was a period of time where Google's Gemini tried to overcorrect for this by secretly adding into its code for Gemini to always generate an image with a person of color or a woman, and this led to some funny things happening, where when it was asked to generate an image of, say, the Founding Fathers having tea, one of them was suddenly a woman, and the other one was not white anymore. As AI gets more advanced, it gets better at producing texts. It's gone from just putting random scribbles together to vaguely look like letters to making up words like it did in the Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow. Seriously, what is catgatting? To now, still messing up words sometimes, but it's definitely a lot better. Now what AI struggles the most with is consistency. I'm sure you've probably seen people generating an AI alphabet board, but if you haven't, here's an example. AI doesn't really understand how the alphabet works for spelling. I didn't know that B was for antelope, and oh, shoot, I thought there was another letter between C and E. I guess I don't actually know how to spell, ooh I. AI doesn't learn like you and I do. Instead, it goes through a process of tokenization and probabilistic pattern matching. Tokenization means that it takes chunks of information that are pretty big and then mashes it all down into smaller little tokens, kind of like building blocks. And probabilistic pattern matching means that it takes those tokens and, using probability and its knowledge of patterns, combines them by basically guessing what comes next. This combination leads to a lot of mistakes, but soon, with more data and the more that the AI learns, it'll keep getting better, which will make these mistakes a lot less noticeable. But for now, we can still tell that an image is AI by text just being bad. And that is how you can spot the difference between AI images and real images. If you found this video informative and maybe you want to learn a little bit more, check out our second video in the description below, where we teach you how to spot the difference between AI videos and real videos. Spoiler alert, it's no longer Will Smith melting into spaghetti. If you think this video has made you a master at spotting the difference between AI and real, check out the link in the description below, which will lead you to an assessment where you can test your knowledge. Or you can scan the QR code on my face. Do it. I dare you. Scan it. What? You know you want to. Do it. Scan the QR code. Oh, little baby, you want to scan the QR code? Scan it. It won't bite you. Don't be scared.